What's happening now across the Niagara frontier? News stories, old stories, stuff you know about, and stuff you'd never believe. It's the NiagaraHub Soapbox with Craig Avery.
Seth Piccirillo today. Seth, welcome, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. A little update on community development and what's happening in town.
Absolutely.
We've got the, of course, we're all familiar with the Live NF. Sometimes when you look at that, it's like the Live Niagara Falls, Live NF. I never know what to say. This language is too difficult.
I know. It's Live NF. We try to shorten it to make it a little bit easier to market. So
it's kind of like read and read. I never know, which one that we're using. So anyway, Live NF.
Right.
So how's that going? You got some people interested and
Absolutely
committed already?
We have people living in the target area. We are a little over a year into the program. We have people in the actual apartments right now. We have a few more that are looking to find apartments and to sign their leases, so we think that's good. It's helped us get some capital improvements going that you see around town, like some demolitions on 4th Street were funded from a grant that we got because of Live NF from the state. You'll start to see some commercial facades improved on 3rd Street from a grant that we received from the state. Next month you'll see a commercial, a pro Niagara Falls, live here, move here, do business here commercial that we received from another grant from the Urban Council of New York, building off of Live NF. So we feel like we're in a good spot. Actually, last week the mayor was talking to the President of the United States about Live NF, and for something that started as a
Now I'm curious about that. How did this conversation go? Like, was this just like, hey?
Right.
The guy was busy. How did he have time to talk to Mayor Deister? Not that it wouldn't take that time. No,
the green room was set up, and the officials got a chance to talk one-on-one with the mayor about a couple of projects, and the mayor took that opportunity to talk about the train station and the Live NF because the president's address at UB was all focused on higher education and how difficult it is to get over a student loan, and student loan debt is what really started the Live NF program. So we thought it was it was topical, and it was nice that our mayor was talking to our president about something that started as an idea a year ago.
And what did he specifically say? What did the president say?
What the president said was, they are both from the same problem, which is this crushing student loan debt. What the president's talking about is making it more affordable and also to incentivize getting your degree done quicker, so you don't have those years of debt. Because the numbers are staggering. 94% of graduates, $1 trillion nationwide student loan debt, very large monthly bills. So you're starting off behind the 8 ball, and you haven't even really started working yet.
How old is the oldest daughter of the president?
I don't know, high school age maybe?
Maybe she's a candidate coming down. She could live in a world address of Niagara Falls, New York.
We could have the add security of Secret Service. And,
that'd be cool.
Take it. We'll take it.
On 3rd Street.
So
all right, so it's going good.
Right, so we feel like it's making progress and really leveraging other investment. We haven't been really talking about it a lot lately because we want these people to move in and start transitioning in their life here. We don't want to put them under a microscope.
Right.
But we want to make sure that we tell people that the program is doing the things that we said it was going to do.
I saw some of the participants actually at the candidate forum last night, so it's good they're getting involved in some of the community.
Right, that's what we want. We want them to to get young people to go to candidates night and city council meetings. It's not usually the norm. I mean, the average age of a council meeting usually isn't 22 years old. So we think it's good that they're participating and getting involved in some community things.
Great.
So,
what other things you got up your sleeve here?
Right now, we're trying to focus on home ownership. Everyone says that we need more home ownership, we need improved neighborhoods, but they kind of just say it. Obviously that's what we all want. We want more home ownership. We want to attract more middle-income families, but you have to actually do things with what you have. So we obviously have vacant housing right now in the city that the city owns. That's the group of housing that we're working with Isaiah 61 to rehab, but we know that we've got to do more than one or two things. So on September 18th, we're going to have a mini home ownership auction for 3 houses. The addresses are 516 10th Street, 432 Memorial Parkway, and 452 Memorial Parkway. What we're saying is we're going to start the bidding for these houses at $100, very low. If you are willing to buy the house for that price and also live in it for at least 5 years and renovate it to code. These houses are definitely in need of work, but if you look at them, they're built like fortresses. They're historic homes. They're very close to the hospital, and they have a lot of potential. We want to do something with these homes. We don't want to wait until demolition, and we certainly, the even more fearful result would be a landlord buying them, doing minimal repairs, and making them into a flop house and cutting them up into multiple bedrooms. We know that that hurts our neighborhood, so we want to be proactive. If this works, we want to do many more mini auctions for home ownership. It doesn't cost us anything. I'm going to be the auctioneer. If it works, I think you're going to see more of them. But we also want people to be able to look at the houses. So we set up Friday, September 6th from 10 to 11:30 at those 3 addresses. People from my department will be out there, and you'll be able to take a look in the inside of the houses. Like I said,
Are they condemned at this point or no?
well, they're vacant. They absolutely.
They're not condemned or they're not safe to go in.
Well, we're going to have people sign a waiver because they're walking into a vacant house. Do they need work? Should people not wear sandals in these houses? Yeah, absolutely. But if someone's willing to put some sweat equity into them, I think that they are very unique houses that, some of them are multifamily, and if you live in the lower half, you can then have an income property if you have a real plan to be able to do that. We're going to ask you if you have you're going to have a couple months after the auction to submit a plan to us that shows that you're ready to rehab it. Because we want you to succeed. We don't want to just hand the keys over to these houses. So we are very hopeful about it. And it all comes back to neighborhood building and doing different proactive things. Not just saying that we need more home ownership, but trying to do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Great. Programs for any commercial businesses, industry, anything else that you're working
Sure.
on?
We continue to focus on housing. I think every time that you'll talk to us about things, it's going to focus on home ownership and buildings being the backbone of the economy. We just started a rental rehab program for mixed-use buildings to match. If you own a mixed-use building, we will match you $10,000 per unit for the residential units to make them market rate, to make them more attractive. We know that we need more market rate, high quality apartments and living spaces in Niagara Falls, and we're seeing that when we provide it, they get rented. The fact is that we don't have enough of them. The funny thing about the Live NF crew is that their only problem coming into this area is finding the right apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Once we show them market rate units, they get rented and they get into them. We need more of them. So we want to see that because we don't want to just focus on tourism. We want people living downtown as well. Mixed-use buildings are what's in right now. So that's also our focus.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Of course, I mentioned commercial buildings, but when I talk about, you originally said a commercial also.
Yeah.
I've always joked you couldn't make a movie in this town because you could never find actors to play the people that actually live here.
Right.
Who's going to be the star in this commercial about Niagara Falls?
We're looking for, and we're going to put some things out on social media. They are finalizing the sites right now. They're not just going to be downtown, it's going to be throughout the city. So a lot of them are going to be candid street shots, but there are going to be some opportunities for people to be in restaurants and to be in the commercial. We're excited about it.
Neat.
Yeah, so I think we need to do more things like that, proactive marketing. We can't just expect people to show up here. We need to get aggressive and do commercials and do things on social media to tell people what we're up to.
Now, you and your efforts in your department, obviously, you have to count on the council and the mayor all working together.
Right.
What did you see last night at the council forum, candidates forum?
Right.
Did you see anything encouraging?
Well,
we got some hope. Is there some light at the end of the tunnel, or should we stay away from the light?
Well, never stay away from the light. I think first it was good that everyone got along. I think it was good that there wasn't any personal attacks. I think what has to happen when people are, I'm talking now as a homeowner and voter here, we have to get past just saying, oh, we need less crime, or we need home ownership. Those are very easy things to say. As we were saying before, anyone can say that in any debate. You need specific solutions in Niagara Falls, and you have to let people know that you do have creative initiatives. I think one of the council members last night said, well, it's not the council's roles to come up with initiatives. Well, that's not true. You live here, you're an elected official, you're a leader. Everyone has an opportunity to come up with an initiative or a creative idea, especially if you're already in office and you've got a microphone in front of you that the taxpayers paid for. Use it.
Sure.
Come up with something progressive and productive. So I think that's what we need to see is more specific ideas, and to get beyond the kind of the platitudes and what everybody can say. We got to get specific. So that's what I'm hoping for the next couple of weeks that they come up with.
Good. Anything else on your agenda there?
I think that's it. We continue to have the vacant lots for sale at nf-cd.org. Again, another way for there to be more home ownerships in the neighborhood. We want to do whatever we can to take property ownership out of the city's hand and get them back into the taxpayers' hand and let them do something with it.
So it's a great time for you to invest in your neighborhood by
Absolutely.
grabbing the land next to you or the house across the street, and
Yeah.
you could have the mother-in-law move in right across the street from you. What more could you ask?
That's right. And they say in cities that you can't have a large lot. Well, this, you can. You can kind of have a more suburban lot in an urban setting, and we think that's pretty cool.
Very good.
So,
All right, buddy. Come back
Thanks.
in another month or so. Give
Thank
us
you very
some
much.
progress.
appreciate
All
the
right.
opportunity.
Very good.